if you never heard a word of this from us and didn't understand it at all, you still, as mass consciousness on this planet, would be exploring and contributing to this vortex, and future generations will be born from it. So the ongoing life experience still happens. But the thing that we want for you in your human form, that the beasts of your planet already have figured out, is we want the moment of creation to be joyful for you. In other words, we want you to create out of joy, not out of need. We want you to create out of the mantra of more rather than out of the mantra of lack. We want you to create because you are a creator, not because something needs to be created. We want you to feel what it feels like. You see, we have this glorious benefit of being a part of you. And we have trained ourselves to remain always in the vibration of well-being, where we get to be the recipients of the other side of your bounce. So as you explore and ask, we get to stand there as the recipients of the new thing that you have asked for, because when you ask for it, there's no resistance keeping us apart from understanding it fully. Do you follow that? So now your struggle has caused expansion, and we salivate over the new idea and hold it steady, offering the signal of it. Right, your word trajectory, we hold it right where you most furthest have flung it. And we stand here as the culmination of all that you have become individually and collectively, holding the vibration of it so that law of attraction then gathers all cooperative components to that furthest place. And if you've been hanging around in hope, you're a component that comes in, and then you, in your physical form, get the delicious, exhilarating fun of having a new idea occur to you that has never occurred to anyone before about the solution to something that mass consciousness has been asking for. And the world, we lovingly call them the peanut gallery, out there outside the vortex, will stand in awe and amazement at the insight or the luck that they assign to you as you found the nugget that took humanity to the next place, while the masses hang behind. But this is the time of awakening. This is the time when more are ready to step into the vortex, where more are ready to be part of the real time of creation, when more are ready to, in this lifetime, reap the tactile benefits of the contrast that they have explored. Not waiting to croak and come back as the next generation, sort of detached from the meaning of it. But in this life experience, can't you feel the deliciousness of living without something that you wanted and launching it, and living without it and launching it, and then realizing that you can be or do or have anything that you choose, and then tuning yourself to the frequency of it, and then being a full-blown recipient of the manifestation of something that you have wanted? Can't you feel the bigness and the deliciousness of that kind of creation? That's what you've come for, you see. You've come to show yourselves the power of creation, not because stuff needs to be created, but because it is delicious to be a creator. It's like you meet someone who's sculpting clay into magnificent things, or chiseling stone into beautiful statues, and you never say to them, how many of these things are you going to make? Or if you did, they would just laugh, because it's not about how many I make. If you were to say, why do you do this? Do you really think the world needs another statue? Most people would conclude, probably not. And there are a lot easier ways of going about it, with all of this ability to make molds and models, and in other words, anything. You could make hundreds of thousands of them in a day if you have the right factory. That's not the point of it. You're painting another picture because creation is delicious. You're carving another statue because creation is delicious. You're singing another song and creating another lyric and making another sonnet because creation is delicious. You're perusing another problem because solutions are delicious. You're asking another question because answers are delicious. In other words, it is the coming together with you that is the deliciousness of life. So the big picture is, you said, here I am, source energy and not complete, wanting to go back and stir more up and expand into a new place for the joy of coming into completion and feeling the thrill of that. That's what it's all about, you see. So many times people come to a gathering like this and they really think, if I could just get over there, then I would feel happy. If I could just get the answer to this question, then I would be happy. If my lover would just come, if my fortune would just come in, if I could just get that job, if I could just live in that house, then I would be happy. And we want to say to you, it's not ever been about things like that. It's about, if I could come into alignment with who I really am, then and only then will I be happy. And when I come into alignment, it will not be a lasting thing. It is a temporary, permanent new place that I've come to, because life will call more from me, and then I get the thrill of going there, and then life will call more from me, and then I get the thrill of going there, and then life will call more from me, and then I get the thrill of going there. And pretty soon you begin to understand that the thrill of life is the expansion. It's the being called and the catching up, and the being called and the catching up, and the being called and the catching up. And then many would logically say, but Abraham, really, what's the point? What's the point if we never get it done? What's the point? And we say, are you kidding us? The point is the thrill of life, the thrill of catching up, the thrill of not knowing and then knowing, the thrill of wondering and then knowing, the thrill of doubting and then the thrill of hoping, and then the thrill of believing, and then the thrill of knowing, and then in your environment, the thrill of the entire universe converging to give you the evidence of your knowledge. The evidence of your knowledge surrounding you here in your physical experience. Non-physical source energy never has it better than right here with you, where you are manifesting the thrill of that which life has taken you to, you see. So when we stand in your vortex, knowing you, knowing who you have become, our thrill is not just because we see what you've created and we know that one day it will be there. Our thrill is knowing the experience that you are about to encounter viscerally as you let yourself, as you allow yourself to move into who you are. In other words, that thrill you thrill, that's us. Those goosebumps, that's us. That sensation of delight, that's us. That's you sniffing us out as we feel the fullness of you coming into the fullness of you, you see. So if you were unwilling to come forward into this environment, if you were unwilling, and fortunately you're not, to come forward to this environment, if you were unwilling to explore the contrast, if you were unwilling to know what you don't want, you wouldn't know what you do want, and you wouldn't provide the bounce that will be the basis not only of your thrill ride, but of ours as well. So what's our part in this? We stand steady in disciplined awareness of the furthest, most expansive place that you have come to. And no matter where you are, we hold the image of who we know you to be so far, of who we know you to be so far, of who we know you to be so far, knowing that you'll be more and more and more and more and more, providing more for us, but providing more for you. You see how we're all in this together? See? That's why you can't have experience that causes you to expand and ever feel joyful if you don't take the expansion.